Welcome back to Microtopia. My name is Nilaus, and we are continuing on our little let's play here. So I'm having a lot of fun with this game. I think that, well, I have been talking to members of the community on streams, and I think that it is a little bit too complicated for most people. I think that the mechanics of how to manage the duration and just kind of filtering and flowing through the base is a little bit too complicated. Like this 5-minute timer is a little bit prohibitive on what we can do and how it becomes accessible, which is a bit of a shame because I think it's a super amazing and interesting game and a really innovative way of managing logistics. But I'm enjoying it, and maybe you'll get inspired, maybe you can inspire me with good ideas on how to solve things. A lot of what I've done is actually inspired by members of the community, and we've sort of been brainstorming ideas. Just a short update. I've just made one little thing here, and that is getting some of these are energy pod 2. We need those. We're gonna get those back again, and just aside from that, we're just setting up, and I'm moving these around whenever they need it so that we can keep getting some copper and some glass from this location. Back on my main island, we now have glass and copper coming back. I have a little bit of stuff down here. We're going to be using this for our build space, so I just wanted to sort of harvest these things out here. What we're going to do today is we are going to go in here, and we did get the pod worker last time, but we didn't have enough for the pod worker with a thing on it. That's okay, we got that. We also got the rubble collected, so now we can get up to concrete. And then we can go from here, 75 ants, we got that. And then we go up here to the concrete core. I don't really understand. After building a concrete core, concrete floor tiles can be freely placed in adjacency to this building. It seems really weird. So you kind of build that building and then you place the floors and then you move the core, or what? I don't know. Weird. It seems weird that you'd want to, I don't know. But it's also costing the yellow signs, and the yellow signs you have to get up to this one, so we continue the quest, and then you have to do the next step, and then you can get the yellow signs. So it's a little bit off. We also need to make a concrete monument. Not that we really need it, but in order for us to make bridges, we need to get expansion where it says build a concrete monument on 3 different islands. 3 different islands means that we have to get a floral island scanner so that we can get that, and that's going to be the jungle one we have to detect. Right, so that's all we have to do in terms of research, is that we need to expand and find the jungle island and then build a concrete monument on that, and then also get the pod workers here. So let's figure out how we scan that island. That's going to be a floral island scanner. Can only be built on a desert island. Alright, so we'll build it on the desert island. We just need to build it anywhere. Alright, so this one is... we need light bulbs and we need wires, and we have none of those things, and we need concrete. So first thing we want to do is set up some concrete, because we need that on the main island. We also can do wire, and we can do light bulbs. Wires come from, I think they both come from this here. Let's see if we can build it. Does that get built? Yes. And that is a light bulb that just comes from glass, or a wire just comes from copper. So we can build it here, or we can build it on the main island. I think I kind of want to... I think building it on here would probably be easier. Yeah, because then I can... anyway, that's not the first objective. The first objective is concrete, which I've already prepared up here. Yay! So we're just going to make that 3 in here. And that means we are getting... that is really not what I wanted. This is supposed to be concrete. Oh, this one is... let's make that into concrete. There. And the other ones will then wish away to somewhere else. Nice. Okay, so this up here is going to get started on making concrete. I think this is... we're building 3 for concrete. And I've also decided that these can be a little bit closer than I was doing before. So actually, let's make it into... should I make it into 5 of these? No. Yes? Yes. Actually, let's move it over a little bit. Then I can have 5 inside. Yeah, yes, let's do that. So this is now the concrete. This is actually a really nice build. And we just split it out into 5 and then they go back. So we should get quite a bit of concrete, right? What the hell are you doing? What do you bring? You seems a little bit weird. Why are you not... is that a piece of concrete, or is it... no, that was not a piece of concrete. Oh, okay, so these are the pieces of concrete. Whoop. We got the first pieces of concrete. Nice. And then we need to make the monument for it, and we need to make the other things. Down here is where I'd really like to build my glass thing and the light bulbs as well. So we've now, well, almost built it. We just built these two simple builds here. Unfortunately, as you can see, this is getting way too long, but there is a solution to that in the tech tree, not so far away. So this one will be assigning target to the glass we're coming in here, and this one will be assigning up to the copper we're getting in. Glorious, isn't it? So we're now getting, there we go. They are going to run around. Why do you go in? That's not really what I wanted. I wanted it to be light bulbs. There we go. Good. They go in. Let me see. Yes, they go in. And then feed it here. This one is actually working. We get the first. And that is also... Oh yeah, it's because this is not built yet. Okay, so here I also need to set this to wire. There we go. So it loops around. Great. That is kind of just how it is. Great. These are now working. That means we now have that done. How much concrete do we have? Let's go over here. And we have 32 concrete, so not even enough to make the first bit. What we need to do is up here. I need to build this damn thing, and that means I need to transport 40 concrete over. I need to transport 25 of this, and I need to transport the light bulbs once I actually make it. That's not going to be that big of a deal because we have this method. It is just a little bit annoying that it's a manual action. So for example, we take the concrete over, there we go, and then I will be taking you and changing the target. That will be for our concrete build. That's the one up here. There we go. And then I will remove it, or actually rotate it, so that whenever another one comes in, you're going to be just going around here. Here we go. And you can just take another trip while I'm waiting for it. So that will just get us all the concrete we need over on the other side. As soon as it pops in here, bloop, it gets done for a build or it gets dragged into the construction materials. And then later on we'll also have the light bulbs, and we'll have the wire as well. While all of that is getting built, let's take a look at something else. Oh, you threw out some glass. How did that happen? How did we throw out some glass? Maybe... Yeah, maybe these are... No, this should work. They should be here. They really shouldn't be throwing glass out. Well, anyway, it happened. I don't know how, but it happened. Anyway, that's what we want to do is we want to take a look at the, not the combiner, but the assembler. And it's going to be this way. And that's going to get built. And then what we can do is we can make a assembly pod worker empty, which requires a small worker and a light bulb. And then once we've done that, we can take an assembly worker that's an empty one and put an energy pod in it. So what does that mean? Well, these ones, they only have 5 minutes of time, but once they're done, they revert back to a empty pod worker, and then they don't break. You just need to put in another light bulb in them, and then they work again for another 5 minutes. So that actually is probably advantageous to having them created into worker ants, because the worker ants will then can only be made into inventors, which is kind of a dead end. But if we can have the other ones replenished so that they will always keep working, that would be super nice. Which means that I'm going to bring in here, these are going to be all my old workers. The way I'm setting up is like 3/4 go in here and 1/4 moves on. The one that moves on is actually supposed to be going in to, let's see, into here to become the small miners. Yeah, so I don't think I need 2 of these anymore. I think I need to basically get this out, and then this one will then be, I'll make it into here and here. The question is really whether it will, I'll get enough pod workers. I don't know. Or whether I will always do pod workers first and then you know what, let's take that one out. I mean, that's a thing. Then we take you and move that in here. That's not really a thing. Okay. A little bit of shuffling, and then we can put it in here. There we go. So this is now a slightly better build. The only thing we need is we need to have a... that was the light bulbs. This is the light bulb. We're going to place the dispenser up here. There we go. That will send that over. And then basically anytime they can go in here, they will go in here. But anytime they can't go in here, they will move on. Does that make sense? I think it makes kind of sense. Although it does kind of make them go more over here. Ooh, yeah, I'd like to have a little bit of queue in this one. This is taking forever. Okay, I guess we just want to make these. So what happens now is that they go up back on the main line, but they don't work. They can't do anything yet. So we need to make one more of these, and we get the first pot worker. It has, oh wow, that's not a lot of time, and it can't do foraging and hauling. That's oh, it can do hauling for, but not cutting and not mining, obviously. But that means, unlike the big ones, they can also do plant cutting. That means, oh no, don't do that. There we go. That means we are gonna be a little bit constrained with that. So let's see, we're gonna be making another one, and that's gonna be. Let's make it as close as possible so we have extra space. There. What is this going to do? This is going to take... Oh, this is coming out here, so that's perfect. I am going to do a cast identifier, because if we have any, and I really mean any empty pot workers, they should not be here. Empty pot workers, they must go in here. Doesn't matter how many there are, just go in here. Because then they will be getting out. That would actually be cool if I could get it out on that one, instead of having its own. Oh, this is so close. What about this tile here? No, that's also not working. Funny how that has to be like a little bit slanted to get there. Oh well. There. Like that. Then it goes out and then comes back in. Yeah, I think that's not great. That would be here. How is that? Oh, right. It has to go beyond this one. Damn, that's a lot of... Yeah, that's actually way too far up here. What about down here? Oh, that works. That works. Interesting that we can cut there. This is a little bit weird in terms of their... hitboxes. What are we missing? This one is missing. You want to make the pot worker one. Yes. And that means I also need to find somewhere that has pods. That one. Or the new one over here. So this is basically the one. We're going to be making yet another dispenser that goes up here. And then we get the first pot worker. Yay! Is this something that the pot worker should not be able to go to? Yeah, cutting is not allowed. And anything else? No, not really. Good, so we get the pot workers. Let's have a look here. And let's see how they... One pot worker, yay! And that will now have 5 minutes. Oh, and that can do plant cutting. Nice, so that's actually a really good worker. Sweet. We can see that things are actually improving quite a lot here. We can get... This is now increasing because it's much easier to maintain the pot workers. Pot workers, instead, when they go in here, when they're old, instead of it becoming 2 to 1 like this, and becoming a worker, then it actually quite often becomes an assembled pot worker. And once it becomes a pot worker, it'll actually never become anything else, because it'll stay as a pot worker and then be recycled, as long as, of course, we have enough pods. Well, no, actually, we don't need any light bulbs anymore. The light bulbs, they just need it once, and they are... Oh, look at that! See, they're working. Look at those light bulbs. Nice. Alright, and then over on the other island, are we done with the concrete? Yes, we are. So we now need to start, or not start, but move it over to be something else. So this one will now, well, this one will be no longer that, but it'll do, let's do the wire first. That's got 31 of those. And then over here, I will be changing this to wire. Yes. And they will just bounce those off. Let's see if that works. And it goes over and it gets used for construction. How many do we need of that? Here, we need a 25, and then after that 10 light bulbs, and then we can actually do the scanner. Nice. And so it's ready to build, and let's scan the environment and see what we discover. We should be discovering a new island. Here we go. And that's completing the island. Perfect. So we get this island. What does this give us? Well, this gives us some ancient machinery, some jungle strength. So we have a lot of biomass over here, like a lot. And here we also get resin from these. That's great, or that's interesting at least. So this is plant cutting. So we need to cut in order to get that available. We also have a silly amount of scrap and copper, and then also some scrap gold that we don't know what we need for, but we definitely need to be mining this for sure. Now here is my biggest question though. Can I throw across this gap? Oof. If I can, it's going to be amazing. If I can't, then it's going to be, well, less than amazing. Let's go as close as we can. That. And on the other side. Oh, this feels really far away. Oh, how are we not getting... Okay, we'll get that soon enough. Alright, we can then go in and see what did we get now. We got a pot worker 2. Interesting. And we also get 100 ants. We got that. Then we need an iron pile. 500 iron pile in order to get the worker ant. And also feed energy pods into the queen. That's energy pods 2. So that means the green ones. If we get that, we get up to energy storage, which can get us up to small beacons. That's where we really want to go. Aside from, of course, the mission here, the main mission. This one is getting concrete monument on 3 different islands, which is also something we want to do. And let's see, how's our... Yeah, there's always going to be issues with this one. We're just simply not producing them fast enough. Come on, get it done. And please. Oh, that's not even close. All right, well, the more you know. So that means we'd have to go like a transport here, where we'd have to go from this location over and then land here. And you are probably going to be a little bit away because that's going to be in the storage. And then we'll have to sort of lead it this way so that it can land back here again. Something like that. And then these will probably go pick up from a location. That will be a location such as that. Basically, the only thing we really want to build over here is first we want to build that that thing, which means which just means like this. All right, so we can send just one over, and this will be set to. That's the plates, yes, and then we can get one of these. They don't really have a lot of time left. Okay, we definitely need another one. We need another one. And it is the flying drones. That is a worker. Okay, so we're going to send you in here, no matter what. So we're going to send just one worker. What? Why is it not getting in there? There you go. Alright, so the worker goes in here. And we'll get another worker. This one will be assigned over here so that it can fly over. We actually need 2 because they can only bring 1 each. So we need 2 of these. And you're also going to be putting in here. So we now established the first little bit here. We're going to get in here. You will be bringing the plates. This is coming in with 1 plate. Bloop. And that gets done to 50. And you're just waiting to go back. Then, as we get the next one, that goes in here, and then that will also pick up 1. And after we do that, we're going to change target over to send concrete over, because that's actually the whole point of going over here, is just to make concrete, or just to get concrete. So this will go in, put it in, build the last one. Once that gets built, then we can have these 2 just flying back and forth. And there we go. That's going to assign target back here. That's going to be great. And you will now be changed it to concrete. Good. And as we made the concrete, now we can do the progression thing. We can make a concrete here. That's 1. That's 2. Done. That's the expansion thing. And over here, we can make another one when we have already brought 50 over here. Perfect. So the only thing we're missing is that one. What is this now working? Oh, we don't need, we don't have screws anymore. Really? We don't have screws? No screws? No? Okay, so that means we need to start converting or sending screws over. That's actually fine because we weren't sending anything else over. So that screws is something we have plenty of. So let's send that over. These 2 are just going to be going back and forth. I don't know, maybe they'll run out before they get all these done. Then I'll just send in another one. But it works. Let's have a look at the other ones. The iron pile is ridiculously close. That's cool. The island exploration thingy is energy pods. What I have done is I have actually started to move a few of those back. It's not a lot, but it's a little bit. You can see another one comes in. The way I've done it is that I have set up that every third one comes in here and picks up the pods instead. Now I could probably do it better if I wanted to somehow, but oh, this is a problem. The fact that they are, I really should have a like that, and then there. Except I now don't have the last one. Oh, the horror. That means I have to transfer it as well. So we're closing in on the next milestone, and we have 29 of these pods. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to take this one and change it over to the tier 3 pods, because that means we can get this island exploration done pretty quickly. You can see that they start putting in here, which will also sort of give them a massive boost of energy. I don't know. We don't know exactly about these numbers, but we can see that it's moving up now. So we can get higher up because we're feeding them the green ones. The green ones are much better. And we also have a nuptial flight. What about this one? Is this almost done? It's almost done. What we're going to do in the meantime, we'll continue to bring these over, but not really consume them once we're past this milestone. Over here, I am building something. I am trying to bring stuff over. Okay, that's actually... And I actually one more of these, because I actually want to make pod workers, because these are running out. And I actually, if I could make pod workers, I could have a much bigger population over here. So I think I want to make that as part of it. But I also want to make sure that I do not make... here, this one should be making pod workers. No, this one should be making... lighting them up. And this one should be making the pod workers. So that when they come in, they have to go past this location first. Is it going to be using the old ones? Yes, it is. So... let's see, that will be a branch off from here. This will be a cast gate, because it'll be only the let's see, which one is this? Will be only small ones, yes. And on the other side, this one will be only here, only the empty ones. Pod worker empty, yes. And this pod worker, we don't know what that's needing yet, but we do know that we need a few more iron plates, and then we need a lot of fabric. So let's get, there we go, that's 9, and then one more, then we get, and we got the expansion completed as well. 10, let's switch this one. You are now going to be switched to here. Yeah, it's a little bit manual. It just so happens that that's just the way it is. And you are going to be switched to, that's the last one coming in, and you're going to switch there. And then goes in, and now we get these in here. Cool. Right, island expansion. We have now a concrete monument on each. That means this needs to go. And, oh, okay, we got the nuptial screen here, the nuptial flight screen, so it's 1 every hour. So we have not died, none of the workers have died. Yeah, some of these have died. That's kind of unfortunate. They should not have died. Well, most of them have been repurposed. Okay. Small digger ants, we don't have a way to do that because we need diodes to use the recycler. So unfortunately, that's not really an option. But we can now do island exploration, and I'm gonna get these two back here. There. They no longer need to go there. Then they can just go into this flight and just help out on that side. Good. So what did we get from that? We got energy storage, which is amazing. And why is that amazing? Because it gets us small beacons. And energy usage. Okay, that's kind of thing. We wanted to show the small beacon how awesome that is. But unfortunately, it needs a little bit of energy storage as well. So where will we get energy storage? Maybe we can actually do an energy storage. This is going to be wrapping up final parts. No, that's a beacon. I want to show the beacon. This is an energy storage. This would kind of suck because it might actually eat up all of the power, all of the energy. But we'll try it. We'll try it and see. So that gets us some energy, and then I'm going to make a beacon just to show how awesome that is, because then we'll also show evidently what, or sort of highlight what a plan that I've had all along. If I build this, and I build that, and I build that, and I build that, and I build that. Do you see a common theme here? What are we missing for this? Oh. What is not getting built? Light bulbs. Damn. We're out of light bulbs. Why? Because we don't have any of that coming in. Oh, well, that's nightmarish, to say the least. Well, that's unfortunately something we have to fix. We just need one of these getting done. Anyway, this is not enough light bulbs. Yeah, not enough light bulbs to make these either. Alright, well, expansion complete. We'll do that. And that was that gets us in here, so we can do an ant launcher, which we can't do, but we can also do a small bridge, which means we now have the option of making bridges across, which is going to be handy, particularly for the jungle island. I think that's going to be bridged instead of this nightmare thing here. But we also allow us to actually build a bridge here, so we can actually connect the two islands, and that would be useful. We have the last one, energy usage. Oh, that one is completed here. And we have a beacon. Look at that. Look at how quick they are. Zoom. Look at that. They got the zoomies up here. That is crazy. Look at how they speed to 24. So they double speed when they're near a beacon. That is really cool. So by making beacons all the way down here, then I suddenly have everything moving at twice the speed, which is ridiculously amazing and something we absolutely need. So we're going to need a lot of light bulbs. It means a lot of glass. That means we have to figure out a way to get it back here in a high quantity, or just wait a little bit. This is going to be triggering our main quest, so I'm not going to touch that until the next episode, because once we get that, we can get the worker ants, and that's going to trigger the next thing. So we're going to wrap it up here. I think we made really good progress today. We uncovered some pod workers. We got a third island. We got some more structure over here on this island. So definitely some really cool things are moving forward, and the base is taking shape. And it's also kind of, as long as I play slowly, it kind of works a lot better. So thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and leave a like, a comment, and if there's something you want better, more different, then let me know. I'll see you guys next time. Until then, take care and stay effective.